It's 9:05. With respect of your time, we want to start the meetings and go through what I prepared for you guys, and then so we can have the best part that I know everybody is here for is the medical mission. So, and usually we do it in stages, which I will explain in a few minutes. But today is February 21st, 2026, is our February monthly meetings. So for this meeting, we give you update of what we are doing every month. And then we do have that group that we keep updating you in there. And sometimes you might say, okay, maybe it's so quiet, but there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scene. And usually once we start with the medical mission, so there's more activities because almost every single month from now until September, everything is covered to what exactly we are focusing on the meeting. So if you are able to, please, and especially if you are planning to go with us, please attend the meeting because that will help you to know what exactly it's needed at that time. So you don't want to wait until the last minute, because when you start doing for the last minute, things might be a little bit difficult. It's doable, but it may be a little difficult. So that's why we want people to go, to come in early on. So everything is done in a leisure way, so you don't be stressed out. If something is missing, we can try to catch it before it's too late. So in the essence of time, and usually towards the end, when we have a moment when we start the discussion, people can come in and say hi, quickly introduce yourself and why you want to join, or you want to join the meeting, or join the medical mission. So at least we get to know each other, because sometimes we do all this planning and go to Tanzania. By the time we see each other face to face is in Dubai or Doha. So usually we prefer to see you before then, so we get to know you and answer as much questions as we can. And I know there's few people who have been there too many times, which is great. So they can give you their insight, what is happening, what the preparations, and we don't want people to be scared behind and then wait until the last minute. So there is no stupid question. Every single question is valid. And if you can ask in a group, great, because people may give you an idea or respond in a way that it answer what you need. But yes, if you are shy, you can send a question on the side. I'll be happy to share with everybody else, so then we know what exactly is happening. So we do agree. Yay! Say something, if I'll make sure I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yes, perfect.
Yay.
So yeah, we try to share the group questions so everybody else can see it, because I know some people are very vocal, which is great. Some people are not. But see, they have a question, or they might have a similar question. So we really like you to ask, even if maybe it was asked before and it was not clear, ask again. Somebody else may be in the group will understand what you are asking, and then you'll be able to answer it quickly. But don't be shy to let me know, or my husband know, or people who you might find out today that they've been to Tanzania, and then they can answer those questions. But please don't be shy. I don't want to wait until in August. That's when you're asking something that I could have helped you in the previous month. So I am excited, and I want to be able to start this, and then we can have the discussion. So again, welcome to our meeting, and I prepare a little bit of the PowerPoint so we can have understanding of what we are doing. It's not sharing my screen. Okay, so as I said, today is the 21st, 2026. This is an agenda. We're going to go, the top part is always a reminder for every meeting we have, just so you know where we are. We do have encourage people to be members. We're always recruiting all the time. For the leadership part, we usually encourage them to do the annual, because it helps to stay consistent, so we can plan ahead and discuss. For general members, you can join anytime. Whatever you are doing, it's going to be an annual membership. And then so when you go in and sign in on the link, it will tell you the benefits of being a member. The online training, definitely we're going to start doing them. We're going to ask for facilitators. So if you have specific things that you want to share with people in Tanzania or everywhere in the world, so we welcome you to do that. Few topics you will see in a few minutes. And then if there's something that you feel is will be beneficial, let me know, then we can set it up. And then we do usually review the community projects. We also go to cross ministries. We also try to have church engagement. And then, of course, the CPR training. That is always a big deal for us. And then we have scheduled fundraising events, corporate sponsors network. So if you know anybody who can help us with their corporate sponsors, we can go and talk to them and try to get them to support our mission. That would be great. And then, of course, the Enchanted Safari, the second annual gala. So it's going to be 6 years this year, of course. And then the date is December 12, 6 to 11. So the planning is going to start, and then people who are interested in doing that part definitely join the group, and then so you can be part of planning and understand the logistic things that are needed for us to have you guys in the to make the gala successful. And then the best part for all this meeting is the medical mission, and then we talk a little bit more. So usually on the medical mission, we do have different programs, and then so we want the lead for those programs. The lead means we're not going to leave you by yourself. We just want to say ICU. So we can say Kathy is going to take over ICU and events and stuff. So you be the lead, that person. So when we do communication in Tanzania, we connect you with the other healthcare workers over there. So if there's something that you might need beforehand, then we organize that part ahead of time. So when we get there, at least you know, okay, I'm going to talk to Dr. So-and-so, I'm going to talk to nurse so-and-so. At least you are not feeling like everything is brand new. And don't worry about the translation. We always find people to translate for you. And then so we pair you with that person, and then you work from there. Okay, so for the membership, yeah, that's a QR code. The leaders, their membership is 150, and then for general members, it's 75, and then people who are in active with school, then it's $50. And I know sometimes people are like, okay, the students, yes. So sometimes the students we do so they can have part of their community hours or community volunteering, or they want to go to the medical mission also, so they will pay the $50 and get full members like anybody else. Meetings, we always do a meeting every month, and then so kind of like the second or the third month of each month we try to do it unless there's any issue. So the schedule is going to be there, the link is going to be the same, so you don't have to change links back and forth. So always the link is going to be the same. The same thing for the leadership is quarterly. Unless there's an issue, we communicate for the group on the leaders side. If there's vote needs to be made, something like that. So those are things that they will do. Topics now, some of the topic that now they're like running around and people are working on it is the stroke care management and guidance. So we just need to figure out which date we want to start doing it. And so usually with each topic like this, we try to do 2 days because usually the first one is going to be a lot of introduction and seeing people and discussing. And then usually the second part, we're going to have more in-depth discussion with our colleagues in Tanzania or anywhere else in the world. Because sometimes we have people from Norway or Canada that they join in to discuss that and help work with the people in Tanzania. The GI, definitely, we didn't have it last year. We started in planning, but then a few things were, there were too many things. We were not able to actually host the training. So now this year we're going to do 2 of them. And I know Alisa was one of them, and I'm thinking I'm going to ask also Annie also, because she's a nurse practitioner in that area. So they can work together and try to work on that topic. High spinal for C-section and with anesthesia, those are Dr. Gwen Randall. So wherever she gets a chance, she's going to let us know. Management of vented patients, setup and troubleshooting. I know Kathy is one of them there, and then usually she will work with Dr. Gwen, definitely. And then CPR, Bree is in charge of that area, so working with some of the doctors here and in Tanzania. Endometriosis and management of Isabella did the training last year for the girls, and then now, or I should say young women. And then now, so this year, she's going to do a couple of them also with them. And we do have some physicians who are going to be involved working with them, kind of to give more medical support, not treatment, medical support and education for our girls in Tanzania to know exactly what are the available things that they can help them so they don't be just staying quiet and struggle. And then we have the neonatal obstetric emergencies. So this is kind of like We did that before, but now we want to make sure we actually have it before we get there. So it's kind of like mostly NRP for United States or help baby breathe. And then the same thing for emergencies, the postpartum hemorrhage and all those stuff. We need to be able to do the C-section and all the stuff for the OB stuff. So it's kind of like a combined, but usually when we started doing the training, it's always separate because the content is so much to a point that when we started discussion on one area, usually the 1 hour is not enough. So I put them in there just to save a line, but it's involved for both of them. Okay, so cross ministry, we do monthly volunteering here every fourth Thursday of the month. The last that fourth Thursday is from 5 to 7. People who are available to come, they can go with us, and you can see the dates every month, unless there's any issues. But we always keep up. So people in Florida, whoever is available, this coming Thursday, next week Thursday, we can go and volunteer. So there is a QR code you can scan and register yourself, or post in a group, or text me or Bree, and then we can add you to the list. And thank you again for doing this part. So we go and sort the food packages. This which food will be distributed to our community members who are experiencing food insecurity. Let's get that. Okay. Fundraising, so double goods, we're going to do probably 2 or 3 of them. So please, I know Sister Rukia is working on that area. She does need more people. If we can get 3 or 4 people to join her on that part, you don't have to go anywhere else. You can still be on your state. You can do things, everything electronically, but we just need to be able to spread it and push it to your network to be able to raise funds. Double Good last year raised almost $708. So that is a lot of money for one fundraising. So we do want to do those fundraising. So you're going to start meeting with the Rukia. So in a group, you can post in the WhatsApp group if you're interested in doing that, or you can let me know that you are interested in joining. Everything else will be worked in. My husband is also usually help to set up the account and stuff, so he can walk you through, and then all you need is just you're getting the flyer and the link, and you just forward it to your network. You don't have to create anything else. Everything else is going to be created. So he usually works with Sister Rukia to get those things out. So don't feel like, okay, oh, if I do, what happens if I can't do? Or no, you don't have to do anything. You just, why am I echoing? Do you guys hear echoing?
Not now. Now you're good.
Okay,
just for
sorry.
a second, yeah.
Yes, I don't know what happened. But anyway, so the double goods, so we really need like maybe 4 or 5 people who can jump in and work with Sister Rukia and my husband, Dr. Siakabe, because that is one of the fundraisers also does help. And people, of course, enjoy the popcorn. Amazon event, Valentine was working to set up the accounts in there, and then she posted a few accounts in the Amazon. If you have something that could help or can be placed in the Amazon, and then you need any help, Valentine can help. Valentine Dante is one of the board members. She can help to set it up and then be able to share the link and be able to give it. Most of the links that are already set up there on the website. If you go in our website, www.drgabonqhsc.com, the website, and you go under the I think it's sponsors, or I don't remember the heading now, but it's all of the links are there, like for if you want to contribute for something for school supplies, it's in there. You want to do for thermoregulation, is in there. You want to do for the CPR or sanitary pads, everything is in there. So if you have any issues, please contact Valentine Dante. If you don't know how, you don't have a contact, let me know, then I can connect you with her. Corporate sponsors, churches. And so if you know your church is willing to work with us, and we can go either do some representation or do any community outreach with the church or institution, that's fine. of the church wants to support us, we do have those letters ready to go addressing so the church can support us. Just let us know so we can do. I know sometimes we may know a family member who wants, as a family, wants to sponsor QHSC. That is great. Let us know. We do have those letters so they can get the tax deductible opportunities to be able to claim whatever they're giving us. Networking, collaborating, expanding. Please, if you know anybody out there who wants to work with us, or you want to share information with them, and then you need some content, let us know. We will be happy. As I said, we do have videos ready to go. Let us to go to try and expand. And if we need to do a meeting with them, that's fine. Let us know so we can plan ahead and get those support. Because remember, all those supports will help us support all these projects, activities, even the part of the medical mission. But if we get a corporation or institution that wants to sponsor the whole medical mission, will be great. So then at least we can reduce or lessen the burden of the people who are going. Because remember, people who are going to the medical mission, they're taking money out of their pocket. So if we are able to get the sponsors who can support the medical mission in whole, or the part of the Tanzania logistic, which I'm going to go in a few minutes, then that's fine. Let's work out on that part. So then at least the volunteers don't have to pay the full amount out of pocket. Because I know they're going to spend their time, they're going to spend their expertise, and of course they spend their money to go and save somebody else. So if we can lessen that part, we're willing to be able to work with whoever wants to sponsor us. So, and if you have any ideas or questions, please let me know on the side. We can be able to address that. Fundraising on the restaurants, this one can be done anywhere in the country. So it doesn't have to be in Florida, anywhere in the country. But just let us know. We can give you the letters from the Uncle Sam, so the IRS, so then they'll be able to, our tax deductible letter, and so that we can be able to present those information so that the restaurant will be able to support us. Yes, Michelle?
Now, I was just going to mention again, too, that we also have volunteers and members who participate in the matching funds as well. If you worked for a business or an organization, we are on Benevity, or if you're with the hospitals and some other organizations, they will match your donations to the organization, or they will also donate to the organization based on the hours that you put in and that you've worked. I know some of the hospitals there in West Palm Beach do it as well. So, but I'm sure you can elaborate more on that.
Yes, thank you. So for HCA, for example, does support and cover quite a bit. So they have like almost three ways. One of them is the matching fund that you said. So they will say, okay, if you donate, let's say $50, the HCA will match the $50 too. And so then $100 will come to QHSC, because the QHSC is already registered in the list of the HCA. When you go and put the name, it will come up and then it's connected. You don't have to send a check. You don't have to do anything else, as long as you fill out that information. This is the amount that I donated. That's one way. The second one is people do payroll deduction. So every month, it may be $10, $100, or whatever it is. So when you put it in there and you say this is the matching through the payroll deduction. So that one is like the HCA will send you quarterly. In fact, I just deposited yesterday amount. Quarterly amount to the QHSC. So those amount increase as the many people join in. Another one also HCA has is the volunteer hours. So if you volunteer anywhere and you said, okay, I want these hours to go to QHSC. So let's say you volunteer for 20 hours. If you volunteer for 20 hours, QHSC get $1,000. So that is a lot. That's a lot of money to do. And it works very well so far for us here in Palms West. So people who work at Palms West, at HCA, let me know. We can help you do that part. So even the hours that, let's say you came to attend the meeting like this, the 1 hour, you can fill it in there. So they count and count until you get to 20 hours. That's the maximum. And then they send a check, $1,000 check for to the QHSC. So you don't have to do anything extra. If you volunteer somewhere, let's say you go to Cross Ministry 2 hours, you do maybe Cross Ministry 2 or 3 times in a year. That's 6 hours. So you come to the meeting like this. Yes, you keep adding at the end of the year or whatever the amount of the money is accumulated. I mean, amount of hours accumulated. Then Qhsc get the check. So it is very easy, but people needs to be intentional. Like you actually have to plan ahead and be able to do that part. But if you have any questions and your institution or corporation or you're working with does that, let me know so then I can give you the information and then you'll be able to search it. The organization is non-profit organization. It's registered in from Florida and for the whole country. So once you have that name, and sometimes they ask you the EIN number, which is the number kind of like identify the organization or corporation. We do have that. So once you put it out, and it should show up, and then you don't have to fill out as much because majority of information I've already filled out behind the scene. And then so you just say, okay, I'm giving my hours to this organization, and then we get the check quarterly. And then social media, of course, we ask people to share when we have anything we post in the groups. Share please with your group, so your network, so it is to help us put the word out there, and then especially if we are raising funds, definitely. And sometimes if they just need to know what Qhsc is doing and you want other people to know, share also in the post. And if maybe you post something and say, always tag us. I mean, my name, of course, you guys know my name. So tag me or tag the organization, and then so at least it can keep spreading out and letting the community know who we are and what we do. Okay, so we did the gala last year, and the theme was Enchanted Safari. It was very successful, and we wanted to continue with that theme, and that added pressure to Ms. Chavan, which she did an excellent job last year, but we are adding more work for her this year, so she has to come up with even beautiful than this one. I don't know how she's going to top it, that one, but I know she's more creative. So last year we did the Enchanted Safari. This year is going to be again Enchanted Safari, but to be year 6. And then, of course, we have all that proverb, we say, Haba na Haba, building a better world.
Your
So
throat is still sore?
that is the background.
My throat's sore. I don't know because I've been gargling. It's a little bit sore.
It's coming on. It's coming through.
Mr. Norris, I can hear you.
The thing is on your mic.
Okay, so for the Enchanted Safari, as I said, it was the theme for last year, and we're going to continue the same theme. So the almost like a proverb or the mantra for the theme of this galas is Haba na Haba, building a better world. So the Haba na Haba is the Swahili word of saying little by little. When everybody does a little bit, we cumulative, it's going to be a bigger thing. So we're going to build a better world. So the world is going to be better because each Qhsc member has contributed something to the to make the world better. When we do the medical mission, we go to the communities. All those little things affect or impact the life of the people in the community. So we ask you to join our community so we can go and bless others. So we next the second gala, which will be this December 12, 2026, will be from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's in the same place. So the same place now, this year, people who are coming out of town, we are lucky now we got a little discount from $199 to $189 for the rooms. This area is very busy, and there's a lot of activities during the December. So they agree, and they had the best time with us last year, and they agree for us to do again this year. And then so as long as you do the booking of the room before November 17, everything else should be great. So we are asking that anybody who is coming out of time, you can reserve a week, you can reserve 3-4 days, it does not matter. As long as you put that you are coming to the fundraising, you're going to get that break rate. If you want to Google and see how much it is right now, go ahead and you see. It's twice the price because that area, West Palm Beach, is kind of likes people who wants to spend money. So, and it's a beautiful place. People who have been there last year, they acknowledge that the hotel is beautiful. And they do have happy hour. So if you like to have happy hour before you go to the gala, that'll be fine. Okay, so the ticket for the gala for this year, we have early bird is up to August 1st. It's 135, and then the regular tickets we start August 1st. It's going to be 150. So we encourage people to get your ticket early on, so that will help us to get pay vendors and everything else and get everything done quickly instead of waiting until the last minute. Last year we had people who were doing the same day, which I understand. Some people might not know the schedule, or they thought they're not going to be there, and then luckily that we still had room that time and that we were able to accommodate. But it does help us if people buy their ticket early on, so we know for sure we can find prepare for your visit on that day, because we want to make sure that the event is memorable, impactful, and everybody come and celebrate our hard work for the whole year or all this time we're doing for the community. So those are the prices. You're going to get more information, more posters, more flyers throughout the year. Once the gala group reconvene and start doing their own thing, you're going to keep getting more update. Okay. So as I promised earlier, the reason for this meeting today was talking about the medical mission. So the medical mission is on September 11 to 26. So usually it depends on where you're coming from. So when I said 11 to 26, it might be 12 to 26. Or some people, if they want to go there early to make to get a connection, they might be like 10th. But I think 11th, majority of the time so far, is going to be the 11th. So that's Friday. So some people who are coming from JFK, because sometimes they have direct flight from JFK to Dubai, and it's shorter distance, and their layover is shorter. So they might start at maybe 12, early in the morning at 12. So when you see those differences in your ticket or the prices, we're not going to leave you behind. We're still going to be waiting for you in Dubai or Doha. It depends on where you're coming from. But I'm going to show you in a few seconds. But anyway, so the medical mission is on September. And then you can see on the left side the map of Tanzania. If you've never been to Tanzania or you don't even know where it is, yeah, Tanzania is in the east coast of the Africa, and also it's on the equator where the equator passes. So the temperature is always nice and warm, like Florida, without the humidity. So we do that's why this year's trip is going to include going to Zanzibar. So you can see on the little picture there in the middle section, Zanzibar, the little island. Everybody loves to go to Zanzibar. If you want to Google Zanzibar and see what things can be happening in Zanzibar, well, we're going to go and do that right now. So there is a QR code. There's more information in there, how to register, what you need to do, and stuff like that. With that, we have our, we have our flyer there. It's already made in specific this time to try and give you more information. So the theme for the medical mission this year is going to be Safari of Service. Thank you, my husband, for making this flyer. And then so for the medical mission, as I said, we need medical. So this is going to be for medical and educational mission and to help the local communities thrive in Tanzania, definitely healthcare part and for the students. So this was in front of one of the schools called Minazini, and that's where we are going. That's why there's more than 900 children there. So excursions part is going to be involving the Zanzibar beach. So get your swimsuit ready. And then we're going to go to Stone Town Historical Market and East African Slave Trade Monument. And then the couple of things going to be added in there. So we try to make it after working hard during the week, and then this is the weekend, you should be able to go and relax and then go back to work again. So the registration. So this year we are trying to allow people to, you get the 250 deposit, and then you get the 1,550 for the Tanzanian logistic part. So the total for the logistics side of it is 1,800 because we had to move. I think I have that screen. Sorry. Oh, this is the part I was saying. We had to move from the regular hotel that we were staying to kind of like an upgrade to make sure that where you are staying is safer and decent, and we get a little bit better service. People who have been the last two medical mission can attest to that. The place that we were staying, yes, it was okay, but also it started deteriorating. And so we want to make sure this time when we go, people have a safer and great place to relax when after working a long days. Because those are long days. Remember, the jet lag is going to be affecting you. So yes, there's a lot of stuff. But anyway, so for the global volunteers, as I said, there's a part for you're going to be doing from your pocket. Flights, visa, travel, medication, that may cost close to 1,700. So the flight is always the variable part. It depends on when you're buying it. But most of the time, if you get early on when we try and get the negotiating with the agency to try and get as cheaper as we can. The visas, as far as I know, has been $100. So we will know when we actually start doing it. But as far as I know, I have not had any changes. Visa is $100. So that will be plus your flights and then travel medication. So we do encourage you to get some medication that are preventative ones, anti-malaria, anti-diarrhea, and then the prevention of the UTI. So the reason for that, sometimes people get dehydrated and then you're not doing anything else. You're not avoid to go to the bathroom or emptying your bladders or something like that. People end up with UTI. But we always encourage you to get those medication to try and help you prevent all those stuff. We will try to give you water bottles so you don't have to worry about it. Because I know some people start asking me, like, what about the water bottle? We will help you to get that 1,800 is going to include the water bottles when you are there. So you have your water hydrated to make sure that everybody is doing whatever they need to do. So there are two phases. So there's a self part, you do your flight, visa, and medication. And then the second part, you do the Tanzanian logistic. So the Tanzanian logistic, you pay to the organization organizes stuff for you, and then you'll be able to get those services. So once you pay the Tanzanian logistic, the accommodation, food, travel, tourism, cultural experience, everything is going to be covered in there. You don't have to pay anything else other than you do shopping or buy, I don't know, extra stuff for yourself. But the trips and transportation from where you are to where you're going to volunteer, where you are eating, where you are sleeping, where you're going to the safari, all that is covered in 1,800. Miss, I saw your hand.
Yes, no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, I don't know if you saw it or not, but Kathy Douglas did leave a comment in there in reference to I don't know if it was the online training or the mission training, but just to bring it to your attention, that was it. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So for I will look at it in a few seconds. For the 250 deposit, non-refundable deposit, is to hold your spot. And as soon as you tell me you're going, I have to start making arrangement over there to make sure you have a spot for staying, because it's going to involve traveling from one area to another, for the lodging, for the safari, all those things I have to get a spot. So usually I have to put a deposit throughout. So as soon as I know you're going, let's say we have 15 people, I have to go and say 15 people, these are their names, this is all the stuff. We start working on it behind the scene to secure those areas. Because if we have a bigger group, and if I don't reserve early on, you're not going to get spot. And I don't like that part, because we go and do everything as a group. There's no like, okay, two people are doing here. No, everything is a group. And no, to secure those spot, I have to put the money down. And that's why I put that $250 non-refundable. So because once I put your name there to the invitation letter, to the reservations, I have to pay money to hold those spot. However, that 250 is going to be included already in 1,800. And that's why when you log in and you scan the QR code and you go and log in, you will see it says 250 deposit, and then 1,550 is left afterwards to accommodate or to complete the Tanzanian logistic. And then I put 550, 500, 500. So some people wants to pay installment, which is fine. I mean, I know it's a lot of money to pay out of pocket to straight to 1,800. I understand that part. And that's why we try early on. So you can pay a little bit at a time to be able to do that. And then we want to make sure that you, as soon as you can, finish it. Then we finalize. Because remember, if we are traveling to go to Zanzibar, we have to pay for the ferry or the boat. We have to reserve that part. So I have to pay, transportation and stuff like that. That's why we need to have that as much money as we can at hand to be able to reserve and secure those locations. And then we also, for this one, we encourage you, if you're going, encourage you to add a family member or 2 or 3, whatever, how many you want, to the QHSC group so they will see and hear. And if they have questions before you leave, we answer them. So we don't want them to be worried, because I know that some people who have never been out of the country or out of state, out of the country, out of the continent, they've never been that. I understand that, but sometimes the family member gets worried. And then if you are there, people need to know that there's a difference of 8 hours. So if the difference of 8 hours, that means Tanzania is ahead, US is behind. The reason I'm telling you that is because sometimes people in America, they are awake and start texting you and you are sleeping. You don't answer for 8 hours. They feel like something is wrong. So then they start calling me and say, okay, what happened? Okay, I don't know what my family, my sister, my husband, my wife, my daughter is not answering me. Because of they did not know the time lag, that there's a difference. So that's why we want the family member to be in the group. I mean, they can leave the group after you come back, which is fine. I mean, or they can stay and join us. But I want them to be in the group, because they will see when we wake up, we post in the group and said, hey, we are waking up. Now we are going to the hospital. Now we are going to the school. Or now we are going to Zanzibar. Now we are flying here. Now we are doing that. They will see our activities and see pictures of the family member, so they know that family member is there. Because sometimes the people don't have the Wi-Fi or connection, your phone maybe is not working. So at least the family member can ask a question in there. Oh, where is my, whatever, I'm trying to contact this person, I can't find them. Then one of us is going to respond, because if they're in school, somebody can say, oh, that person is in school. Oh no, that person is in the hospital, working in the hospital with us. Or that person is in the safari. So at least we don't want the family member to be scared, thinking that something bad happened, while it's just the connection and the miscommunication. So we encourage you, once you commit, you're coming with us, add the family member to the group so they see exactly what is happening as we go. They will see us waking up. They will see us doing this. They will see us eating. They will see us file up to the buses, going somewhere else. At least they will live with us, even if they are not there with us. So kind of like give the family excitement. Also, they will be on the medical mission even if they're here in the United States. And that's what we want. We want to make sure they experience what you're experiencing, to make sure that they understand your sacrifice, your dedication to the medical mission. It's not going unappreciated. So there's a lot of stuff. What we're saying is, once you pay for the Tanzanian logistic, the shopping and collecting souvenirs and stuff, that is on your own. You can have your extra money. We will change when we get to the airport, when we arrive. So you have a few minutes there, we can wait. We're not going to leave you behind. You can exchange, but we encourage you, don't exchange it too much, because you don't want at the end of the trip, you still have the Tanzanian shillings. So change as you go, because remember, we're going to travel. Let me back up. So the medical mission is 2 weeks, that including the traveling. So usually when we get there on Monday, we start working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. Day and working, and then on Friday we go to this excursion. So that means we'll be going to Zanzibar, and then Sunday evening we're coming back, eat dinner, get ready, and then Monday again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday again working, and then the Friday sometimes we have an activities. Usually we find out as we get there an activity, some people will go shopping. We do organize people from Tanzania to go with you. We don't want you to go by yourself, because you may not know the language, you might not know the places to go that are safe for you. So we don't want you to be taken advantage. So we will arrange people from Tanzania to go with you doing those stuff. Because remember, we do everything as a group. But when you do shopping, then you'll be like, maybe one group will be like 4 or 5 people, another group 4 or 5 people. So it's manageable. You travel together, you come back together. So if you go and do shopping and stuff, shopping is going to be on your own. Whatever you want to spend, that's fine. But all activities that we are doing as a group is going to be as a group together. And let's see, the next one is, so this is the sample that the travel agency gave me information yesterday. So sample, if you're coming from Miami, so a lot of people in Florida, we try to go to Miami so we get direct flight, unless, because I'm in West Palm Beach. If I'm coming from West Palm Beach and then flying to Miami and then Miami to Dubai, that's too much. I can just drive to Miami, from Miami, 15 hours later with Emirates to Dubai. Unfortunately, that route to Dubai has 14 hours layover going there. That time, usually you can go to hotel because your ticket is going to allow you. You can go to the hotel, they make those arrangements. Or usually we just sit there at the airport, relax, people go shopping again, of course. People want to do shopping. And then, we usually start having the strategic meetings there. Because remember, sometimes that's the time I meet the people for the first time other than the Zoom. So we go over who's going to do what, the schedule. This is the schedule is going to be. We share the T-shirts. People put on their T-shirt and stuff like that. We do a lot of stuff. Those 14 hours go so fast. So eating at that time is on your own. Some people don't want to eat. Some people eat, whatever. So that you go to the, what is it? At the airport, you do on your own stuff. You want to do shopping, that's fine. You always select a place that we can sit all of us in resting area. Those big airports, they have all those, the sections that people can sit, like, like as a family, you can sit and relax. Some people take a nap or whatever it is. Because remember, now you have to switch the hours. But this time, the tickets at the moment right now is $13.98. It's almost $1,400. So that was cheaper than what I thought, because earlier when we asked in January, the prices were $1,700 for the flights. So right now, our travel agency is working so hard to try and find the vouchers for us to be able to get to that price. So for people from Miami to Dubai to Dar es Salaam, it's going to be around $1,400. They're still working. So if I know people are coming from somewhere else, then yes, let me know. Then we ask him and he's going to work his magic and let us know the prices. So people who are from Wellington or Delaware, so their flights is going to be $1,300. So they said it depends on where you're coming from the country. The idea is everybody is going to meet to Dubai. So from Dubai to Tanzania, all of us are going to be on the same flight, because we want to arrive there as a group, and then you go through the immigration and stuff, because I'm going to have the information, you're going to have your visa hand, but I always have a backup to make sure all your visas that you get, I get a copy of it, so I present as a group, so you guys don't have to worry about it. But as long as you have it there, yes. The reason I want to make sure people have their own also a copy is because just in case your flight is delayed somewhere before arriving to Dubai and then you're coming the next day, at least you still have some information. And sometimes we do make arrangement if you come later up away from the group, still we make arrangement to go and pick you up from the airport. But I don't want to add stress for you to start worried about, okay, what am I going to do? I can't speak the language. At the airport, some people do speak English. Is it very good for you to be able to understand if you have any issue? Not sure, but some people can still communicate with you if you come by yourself. But I try to make sure that we all arrive at the same time. So let me deal with all those stuff, and then you guys go through the country without any problem. So people who are coming from JFK, you will have to use Qatar to come to Dubai, because you are Emirates to Dubai from JFK, it's so expensive. It's like 1,700. I said, no, that's not fair. That's not right. It's almost like 500 more now. I said, they can use the Qatar to start with, as long as you get to Dubai, and then from Dubai, you continue with us with the Emirates. So, and that should be fine. And then we see each other in Dubai and then continue. And then, but when you do Qatar, it's 1,290. It was 1,300. So it's kind of like within 14, 15. But remember, these are the prices as of now. Airline, the prices can change. If let's say you're buying a ticket in June, the price is going to change because supply and demand, whatever it is. I can't hold the price down. And that's why we are going through the travel agents to try as much as I can to have a pool to say, okay, these people are in the same group. If we are buying the same tickets, maybe March and April, that should be close to the price. But if you're waiting for May and June, the price may change or may stay the same. If you are the luckiest person, it may stay the same. I don't know. I can't guarantee that because I don't work in the airline. But these are the part that we are working to try and make sure that people get the cheapest ticket possible, but the flights are better than going to other airlines. Yes, Dr. Smith?
Can you also check on flights leaving out of Atlanta or Charlotte?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Charlotte and Atlanta. Yes, I will let you know. Yeah, I will send a message, and then probably by Monday, because sometimes he might not respond quickly, but by Monday I'll be able to let you know. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So any questions of this? I know we're going to talk a little bit more in March. We're going to talk even more because by then now we already start getting some tickets and stuff, and then people start sharing what challenges they're getting, and then if there's any issues, we share that part. And hopefully, everybody who is going, if we can join in, yes, we're going to do individual projects fundraising to try and get a surprise. But also, if everybody join in and try to raise money to support the medical mission as a whole or Tanzanian logistic as a whole, that would be helpful so we can lower that part, the amount from 1,800. But we have to do as a group because that part, everything is going to be paid as a group. I can't say, okay, let's say I'm going to raise $2,000 for myself. So then I'm going to only pay myself and everybody else to still pay the same. That's not fair. If we're able to raise as a group, then we need to go as a group. So then we're getting a discount. We're getting a discount as a group. So to lessen the stress from everybody so we can work together. As I said, everything else is done as a group. We eat as a group. We go to work as a group. And then we go to those excursions as a group. We almost do everything as a group. So even doing fundraising to help the volunteers and supporting medical mission, we want to do it as a group. I know sometimes the people have individual fundraiser to raise to buy the tickets. That is up to you. I mean, if you want to use your network to do that, I will never discourage you that. Because last time we had students who were going there and they were able to go to GoFundMe and raise money for themselves to buy for the ticket, which is fine. If you're able to do that, that's great. And then because it lessens your the expenses. But when we're doing the fundraising for the organization, for the medical mission, we want to do it as a group so it can lessen the group for all of us. So we get better things or service while we're in Tanzania as a group. Okay, so as I said, the QR code is there, registered. You will go and see the information. If there's any question, let me know. We can address it as much as we can. So what do we do when we get there? So this is the part that I was saying we're going to need to get some volunteers to help lead this sub-project. So we're going to do about thermoregulation. People know what is thermoregulation is to try and find babies' clothing, the diaper, the onesies, the little hat, the little booties, wherever we can get those baby, the cloth diapers, those helps because it can last longer versus the disposable diapers. Yeah, sometimes we give them 1 or 2 disposable diaper because when they're going to church or somewhere else, then they don't have to worry about wet stuff. But routine or everyday life, cloth diapers help. Prevention of postpartum hemorrhage, we always buy the Qhsc, the pads and stuff. I know Sister Rukia last time she went to, she raised money and donated for these moms who were being taught about thermoregulation. So she saw the moms who don't have pads. So then she wanted them to have the reusable pads so that at least they will stay clean, don't have infection. Just remember according to few studies, there's 47% of postpartum moms who are experiencing postpartum hemorrhage die after birth. So remember, almost 50% of those moms who experience severe postpartum hemorrhage cannot raise those kids. Sometimes they're dying because of the infection, cleanliness, or sometimes they retain placentas or tissues or something else is going on. If we can affect that, try to keep them clean, give them things that they can do, training, and save their lives so they can go and raise their kids, we want to do that part. So it's a big deal when we start doing individual projects, you will get more information. Another group is CPR. So this is for the healthcare workers and school. So this group is going to work quite a bit to raise money to get those mannequins for that part. Obstetric emergencies, we all know that part. Emergencies for the OB, postpartum hemorrhage is included. The C-section, the OR, and all the stuff, all those things are included in there. ICU ventilation, we all know the airways and people who are in ICU. The feeding, the assessment, the medication, the emergency, the CPR, all those things. Kathy, you are it. And then anesthesia. I know Dr. Gwen. Yes, get ready. Anesthesia. Usually, Dr. Gwen help us with this part in pre-op and post-op. That's the nursing side, preparing the patients for the OR. Make sure the OR staff patients have. And then this time we receive a bigger donation of the OR gowns. So I'm so excited. People who are going to the OR, they can go and at least the patients will receive clean gown to go to the OR and keep them decent during the procedures. So I'm excited of that part. We got a big stuff in there going on there. Sports and immunization. So these are the people in the school. So usually raise money to buy soccer ball, netball, basketball, whatever. Things that will help the kids, those the cons and stuff. And I know my husband have more information about that to try and keep the kids when they're playing to be safe so they don't break a bone. Because remember, break the bone, that means they have to go to the hospital. They don't have the money to pay for it. So if we can prevent injuries, that would be great. This is for Minazin, and also we have an organization that we work with. It's called Magnet. That's the Youth Athletic Center. They have like a elite Magnet group, which these kids are trained to do play soccer. So we always go there, also try to educate them about the CPR, the prevention of injury, hydration, all those stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on those groups. Hand washing and dental hygiene for these kids, definitely we'll try to make sure that they know how to do hand washing effectively, because if they don't, they get sick. And then dental hygiene, of course, when to brush their teeth and stuff. Majority of them don't even have toothbrush or toothpaste. So that's why we raise money to go and buy the toothbrush and toothpaste and ship it to them and then give it to them while we're teaching them how to brush their teeth. Another one is reusable pad. This becomes a little bit dear to all our projects, because these are the girls that are missing 5 days a month. They're missing school. So they don't even have enough chance to fight to be able to study and succeed if they're missing 5 days every single month because of their period. So helping them to have this sanitary pad for a year supply, which is great. And then, of course, teaching them how to be clean, prevention infection and all the stuff, keeping them clean so that the other kids don't make fun of them. There's a lot of stuff going on in that project, and then has been a very, very successful project. Last time, 2024, we raised almost $7,000 for the sanitary pad. So that was great. And we need to do more than that. Nutrition and hydration, same thing for school. Remember, these kids have only one meal, either at home, breakfast or dinner, who knows. But when they come to school, there's no food. So we try to raise money to try and buy lunch while we are there. Our goal is to do at least a whole year, God willing. I know when someday we will get that opportunity to be able to feed them so they can focus on school, study, and try to get themselves and their family out of the poverty. Because if they're successful, they're going to continue going to school, do better, get a better job that pays, and then support their family. Hydration, we all say it's hot up there. The kids will play outside whether there's water or not until they pass out. So giving them water bottles helps for them to get clean water and be able to drink and stay hydrated so they don't pass out. Kids will be kids. They have to go out and play. So we need to facilitate that part. There's a lot of stuff going on with that project. And then if you want to join it, please join in there. Let me know which one you want to do. And then we can go and help these children. Okay, discussion. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And then so people can come on the screen and, I need to answer the question. Very much, Kathy. Yeah. So we will have that link for CPR and the emergency responses and the ventilation. We combine those links so you guys can work together. Breeze, one of them, also has been leading the CPR definitely with that. And when we went last time, Bree also did work with people in the ICU, so she can give you the one-on-one what exactly they did last time. They did also the crash cut. When Bree has those information. So definitely that will be a good thing. Thank you. And if we are able to do from at least a couple of online here before we go for things that we are going to go do there, it helps because at least they will tell us that we are missing this or we need the area on this one versus us blindly show up there and think that we can go and teach the world, because we might be teaching something that they don't need. So knowing that what they need before we get there is great by doing online training. So then they can say, oh, we don't have that, or we need this medication, we don't do about that. What about this protocol? Or what can we do to make it better? Or what facilities do you have? So knowing what they have, we can prepare training for what they have versus what we think they should have, unless we're going to provide it. So if we raise funds and buy those equipments, then yes, we can take those equipment with us and then go and teach from those how to use those equipment. However, at the moment right now, we need to teach for what they have. And then so usually online meetings helps us to know what they have, what they're doing currently, and then we can add or supplement or add it to what they need to do. And sometimes they might have to tweak it a little bit. That's why we have a number of pharmacies in the group, because some medication we use in the United States, they don't have it. But if they have a generic or another medication that they use with a similar indication, similar function, that would be able to work better, then yes, then we start getting ready to have that medication ready to go when we arrive to do training. Then we were training for something that we have in front of us versus, oh, I wish you have this. Oh, we could have taught this, but you don't have it. So we don't want to get like there without knowing what we are walking into. That's why those online training are helpful. Okay, any questions? Comment? Hi, Dr. Burke.
Hi, great meeting. How long will the information be up? So can we just refer back to this, the QR code and everything?
Yes.
And yes, good. Yeah, great. I'll try to get some family members to go this time.
Oh, good, good.
Sounds
We start posting them in the group, so you have just to forward it to the people. Yes.
okay, very good. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay.
Okay.
Bree, can you give them some oh, somebody has had a question? Dr. Hoda?
I had Melissa, I had a question, but I think I can look it up in the QR code. My
No, go ahead
question,
and ask it. Go ahead and ask
okay,
it.
when do you need the 250 by, and how do I get it there? How do I?
Yeah, so the same thing that the way we were, like buying the tickets, the same
Mhm.
the same thing. Yeah, so you go there where the amount is. You almost like do your shopping. So you select one, and then it will show up on my side.
Oh,
So the deposit is try to stagger it around so people don't have to pay the big amount. So the earlier I get it, the better. Usually, if before at least May, that would be good. But I said the area is better so we can have stuff ready to go. By May now, we need to get the other rest of the amount there so we can start pay the final stuff, because the 200 is just for me to know I have that many people. I need to start working arrangements. But remember, the transportation, the lodging, the stuff, all those stuff, we need to block it. How many people? I need to know, do I have 25 people? Do I have 30 people? One time we went to 47 people. We struggle. It was great experience for teaching part, but the accommodation was struggle because there was no bigger hotel that can accommodate 47 people at one time. So we learned better. We're not doing that anymore. So at least 25 to 30 this year, that will be, I think we can coordinate. So the earlier I get the money, the better.
okay, so we can pay it all at like all at once early.
Yes. Yes. So
Okay.
you select the 250, and then the next line is 1550, which when you add it is 1800. So you can
Okay.
pay both of them. So like selecting one, and then pay it, complete is done. Yes. I added the other option is because sometimes people say I can't pay a lump sum, which I understand. So they want to
Right.
do a little bit at a time. Yes. And we are trying to do everything in Zephy so it can be organized. Then I don't have to like create a spreadsheet. Okay, you pay 50 now, there's only left. No. At least if I go now to Zephy, it will tell me exactly what you paid and when, and then I have my numbers ready to go.
Okay. Okay. And if I wanted to ask big companies for anything, any donations, I get your letterhead and the letter and just send it off to the company.
Yes, yes. So you just let me know, and if you know the address, then we format it for you and PDF it and send it to you, and then you forward it to whoever you want to send. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
No, thank you.
She asked my question, so thanks.
What was your question?
When the $250 were due.
Oh, okay. Yes. I can't wait. You're gonna be able to go and drive by deliveries. Bree has the story for that, Dr. Holder, so she can share with you. That's the Bree. She's on the top left there. I mean, on my screen. So she's one of the nurses, and then we went with in the OB unit, and she was amazed. Oh, let me let her speak. Sorry. Go ahead, Bree.
Which story am I telling?
So many babies in the delivery in the rooms.
Oh, yeah. So once one mom starts, because they see us all helping, it's like a trifecta. They all want to deliver at the same time. And it gets a little crazy because they're all in one room. It's just separated by a little curtain. So there's never enough of us to go and catch the babies, but it's always fun. It's nice.
Yeah, so Dr. Hoda is in the OB rotation right now. So I said I'm gonna put her to work.
Oh, yeah.
You will get 1,000 if you stay there a month. You get 1,000 delivery easily.
I'm sure.
Yeah, in a day you can get 15, 20 right then and there, like right there, because it's like this, and they have the volume. They have so many
Mhm.
babies, so it's exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Any other questions? Because remember, some people are shy, so if you can ask the question, everybody will benefit. That would be great. And Dr. Smith, the hospital we're going is Mwananyamala, so they do not have the set unit that works with the stroke patient. However, they do have, they do see the patients who are coming in with stroke. So you will have definitely space to speak with the emergency room and the, I'm not sure they call med stage or ward or something, where the patient will be admitted with a stroke, triage them and put them in the unit. So you'll be able to have those access, and then of course working with the healthcare workers. So definitely when we do your online training, you'll be able to get to know some of the doctors there and the nurses, and then so when you get there you will feel like at home, so at least you know the faces who are there and what they're working with, so that would be good. um Mr. Norris, any questions?
Thank you for that update.
You're welcome. And do you have any ideas, suggestions for people who are thinking going over there, probably they're still in between?
I think a lot of people, mostly in the past years that we've gone, are worried about food. The food is excellent. It's more fresh than here. So, and Dr. Gabone always checks to make sure that like the food that we're eating is clean and the people who are cooking it are able to cook it so we don't get sick. So I guess don't worry about food. And the heat, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. I think those are like people's main concern: bathroom, food, and heat. And language. The language isn't a problem either. There's always people to translate. And honestly, I would say most people in Tanzania speak at least a little bit of English to help you with the basics. So, especially in the places we're going, the hospitals, the hostels, they all speak English. So, I don't know.
And thank you for reminding me. So if people have allergies, we will address those. Allergy for food, we will address that, and we make sure that they will be cooking food specific for that person, so you don't mix up with the allergies. We do address water issues, um, toileting stuff, and that's why I said we are going to a better hotel, not even hostel. Now it's going to be a hotel. Um, See, Bree is happy because we had
I'm
some
sorry.
challenges with the previous accommodations. Because remember, we were trying to see the amount versus safety, closeness to the where we are going. So we try to manage those things because I don't want to keep charging people more and more money. However, it reached a point that we do need to make sure that you're safe, somewhere you're staying is safe, and then we are able to still accommodate those areas. And that's why our idea came, and we said if we are able to do fundraising for the group to support the medical missions expenses, that will lessen. Let's say instead of 1,800, and we get somebody who is sponsoring, and then we're paying only 1,500. That is helpful. So if we are able to get a place or somebody who can say, "Oh, I'm going to sponsor all of the logistics for 20 people," then it will be yay. I have the letter ready to go for sponsoring for the medical mission. So it is all details exactly. It is what we are asking and what is going to cost us to cover it, and how much they can help, different levels, if they can help. Even if they do partial of it, that's fine. Because people, I mean, I find out people who wants to go, they already made up their mind, they're going no matter what. However, I want them to make sure at least the expenses or the burden of the expenses is lessened, as if they can pay less versus paying the full amount. I know if we don't get anybody supporting it, they're still going to be able to pay the 1,800 for the Tanzanian logistic. But we want to make sure that if we can lessen it, or somebody who can support us, we will be very, very grateful to do that. And as I said, I have the letters, pictures, videos ready to go for anybody who can support us.
Yeah, I do have a question.
Yes.
In terms of the medications that we're going to require, will there be a listing of whatever vaccinations or medications we would need to protect ourselves?
Yes. Excellent question. In fact, that's usually the meeting for March, which I'm glad you asked. So one of the things is we do have a specific list from CDC that guides that people who are going to Tanzania should have this. Majority of the things you already have it in America. We just need to make sure that you have had it before. Most of the time we ask for, I think it's hepatitis A, because that's a food-related vaccine. We want to make sure. But that's why I always make my business to make sure where we are going to eat, it's safer for me and it's safer for you. So we don't eat when we're going around and working. Sometimes people are like, "Can I buy that?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Why are you so strict?" I said, "No, because I don't want you to get sick. I want to make sure I take you over there and I bring you back safely." So if I say no, you cannot eat this food, is because I do not believe it's safer for me, and I don't think it's safer for you to eat. So we try to select where we are going, prepare people ahead of time, and make sure people know what they're doing, where they are, and then so they can prepare safe food for us. We work with an agency over there. His name is Lamek, and he's always aware of our restrictions or our expectations that we don't eat food all over the places. If he buys the food that we need to eat on route, he needs to make sure the restaurant and the place that they're preparing is safer for everybody. And that's why we're selecting him to work with him. So far has been great. And we stay out. But yes, we give you a list of medication. As I said, one of them is anti-malaria medication because of the mosquito. Another one is for anti-diarrhea, because remember, change of food, because some people are not used to type of food. And then of course the water. Yes, we will have water bottles, but anything can happen, touches or something like that. So we always make sure people have anti-malaria medication. I've taken this for 5 years. I have not used once. So I'm hoping that you're not going to use it, but we always encourage you to take. And then the another one is for the urinary tract infection, because it's the tropical area. It's hot. Drinking water is kind of like required, because we want to make sure you stay hydrated. Oh, it's going to make you go pee or whatever, but that's how you flush your kidneys and you're flushing your bladder so you don't get the urinary tract infection. People get that because they try to avoid drinking because they don't want to go to pee, standing up or whatever, squatting, and then they end up with urinary tract infection. No. So you do have the medication, but still we encourage you to drink. So anywhere on route, on the buses, we have our water there with us. We go to the hospital to work or go to school to work, we always get a water bottle. And then for the meals, we will have waters again to try and stay hydrated as much as we can. And then another over-the-counter, usually say you can take your Tylenol or Motrin. That's fine, according if you have used to that part. We usually encourage people like Benadryl. Some people don't know if they have allergies, or another little something bite them or something, they have like a reaction. So a lot of people, we have those over the counter. And so people just share information. Okay, oh, I have this or whatever. And then usually we are blessed to have doctors on route. So then they can say, oh, that is this, or that, no, that's not this one, or you can take this. And if we are there, we always talk to the doctors where the hospital we work with. We have few doctors who are working closely with us. So if we have any questions, we ask them. But the most of the time, we've had Dr. Msambichaka with us, and usually she's internist here. And she is always on top of everything. She helps us and guide us, and if there's any issues, we have that part. And Dr. Buck, last time she went with us, she was there. Dr. Wolfrek was there. So there's a lot of doctors on the trip also. So we guide us if needed. But most of the time, we always encourage you before you buy or get the vaccines or stuff, talk to your physician or your doctor or family doctor to tell them, okay, I'm going to go out of the country. This is the CDC recommendation, and this is the organization that are asking us to have this medication. And then you get. Bree, last time, I know people were asking about where to get the medication, and you offer them another options.
So the CVS clinic is really good. They just pull it up on their screen and they give you, it's mostly just hepatitis A. There's one other, do you remember the vaccine they tried to give us? It was like $500 and it's really not necessary. You remember?
Oh, the yellow fever. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get the yellow fever unless like you're really scared of yellow fever. But it's like $500 and very unnecessary, but I don't think there's anything wrong there. Because CVS, the thing is, CVS is going to charge you a lot of money. And even if you go to your primary care physician, I don't think it's covered under most insurances. So that's the thing. Mostly happen.
Yeah, so also there's an insurance. Remember, if you so I said flights, visa, and insurance. So we do, once we buy the ticket, we usually encourage everybody, including myself, buy the insurance. So that insurance cover the flights, the medical medicine, or if we have to bring you back, flights back. So you pay according to your price of the ticket and your age. So the range, sometimes I always say this is the time, but I don't like the young people because they pay less. But yeah, so the range can be $25 up to $100. So it depends on what the range is. But it covers, it tells you, it covers if you lost your luggage or the flight changes. So they might refund the price of your ticket. Or if you got sick when you're in Tanzania for those 2 weeks, so they will cover you to go to specific hospital, which from the embassy, we know which hospital we need to go. And then from there, they can bring you back before the trip is over. It's covered on that insurance. As I said, we give you that information, and the insurance, as I said, the range is like $25. Some people pay up to $100. You can add this stuff in there on the insurance. Remember, it's the same thing like you're shopping for insurance. You want the flight, you want the medication, medical transfer, you want the airlifted back, you want something else. You can add there if you want. But majority of the time, also, I think we select like only 4 things. The ticket, the delay, if you lost the luggage, and then the medical treatment, and then the air back to flight back to America, included on that insurance. So we do that so to protect also yourself, just in case, yeah. Dr. Buck, do you have anything to let the people who are thinking of going or might not want to ask a question, anything from the academic, medical side? You're muted.
You're still muted. Click the little mic on the left-hand corner.
We can see you.
Okay, very good.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, the cell phone is always hard. I think if people would want to gather together lectures, I know we have many students and many academites, that might have a lecture to give and slides. What do you think about that?
Or to go and present there?
Yes, to present.
Yes,
So it's and we're not like just speaking from our hip, we have some information and statistics.
yes.
And
So
it can be even the educational information too. Just not, I mean, for the school teachers is what I was saying. For the school teachers, they can have the lectures, just telling women that 40% of them may die if they have postpartum hemorrhage. This is serious. That's information to impart to the community. So that's what I would suggest.
yes, that's a great idea. Because that's part of the Bree and Kathy we have to do for the obstetric emergencies and the ICU and all the stuff. So that's the part definitely that we need to be able to talk only to the nurses and doctors, but also to the community, the place that when they're doing the thermoregulation, because that's why you have all the moms, they need to be able to be clean and like identify those symptoms if they're bleeding too much. That's definitely
Yes.
necessary. So speaking for the teachers, we have a little update. Last, was it Monday? Monday, yeah, on the 16th, we had a meeting between Palm Beach County Schools and Minazini. So Minazini brought all their teachers to the meeting, and then Palm Beach County Schools, they brought their 4 teachers here. And then we have the QHSC members who are teachers or retired teachers participating. So this meeting was kind of like starting the initiation of the collaboration between the schools to empower the students and get the specific project that they'll be doing with the students from United States and students from Tanzania. So it was very, very well attended. And I'm going to let Sister Jackie or Mr. Norris just give the rest of the people some update to what you thought of the meeting.
Okay, she's under the weather, so she's
Okay,
snoring. So I'll do it.
go ahead.
The meeting was very insightful, just in terms of uh, the number of teachers in the school in comparison to the number of students. It's so different than what we experience here in the U.S. Fortunately, or luckily, I was happy to know about the management. Classroom management is like very big over there, and culturally, the kids are very respectful. The teachers are just as dedicated. That they have 100 people or 100 students in their classroom, and you're the only teacher. That's exceptional. So the curriculum itself, we're looking forward to doing what we can do to support them, not so much to bring some new information to them because, how it benefits them there may have nothing to do with what we do right here. But just as educators, there's just a common thread of how we approach what we do and how we see students in general. The idea is to empower them and give them a sense of self and confidence. Let them believe in what they can do without going too high. Something that's not reachable, attainable, just due to circumstances. It's a lot of times we tell kids you can do this, you can do that, and it sounds good,
Hey, good
but
morning.
it's not realistic.
Good morning.
So looking forward to more meetings. Dressing up in my Swahili because even though they speak English there, it's only respectful to know something about the culture you're going to. And language is one of the common threads where people say, "Oh, well, you took time to learn about my language. I must feel important to you." So those are the type of things that we got out of the meeting, and there's a whole lot more uh, to come across and learn about. I know my wife would speak a whole lot more, but she's snoring right now, so she can't speak.
Oh, we were sending healing prayers for her. Definitely, I agree with you. The feedback I got from the head teacher and the other teachers, they said they were so happy to see their colleague in the United States and also from the QHSC colleagues that they're willing to spend time to talk to them. So they were just so happy to be like, I mean, because I told them the time. we are awake, and they're like, oh my God. So they wake up so early so they can come and talk to us and, hear what we need and understand our, and interested to know what they do every day. So they were happy about that because people are asking questions about their school. And as you say, the teacher student ratio, understanding that that is a big difference. And for them, they think it's normal and realize United States, it's not normal that way. So it was a very well received, and they're looking forward to see the teachers back in Tanzania in September. So they're like, we can't wait. I said, we're not there yet. We still have a few more meetings and work to do. But I mean, it was very well received, and we're still grateful, guys, you joined to try and help or show, as you said right now, show that you value their needs or their presence. So it was great. It was great. And we thank you for that. And we're hoping that there's more stuff coming for school. So we're hoping we get you guys again in a group and then to try and share more information, because we were trying to find more resource for the school. And then so you guys being more involved and help them be efficient for what they're doing or be effective for what they're doing, and learning between the two continents, what exactly can be the best for the students. So that is great. That is great.
Yeah, one of the eye openers for me was just the lack of resources that they have compared to what we have here. You know, we have so much that we waste, and they take so much for granted. The little things that are big for them, we don't value here. I'm talking about students as well. So,
Yeah.
that was enlightening to hear how they value the small things that they're able to receive. And it was heart wrenching. As an educator,
Yes.
you experience things in the States, and we visit other countries. You visit other schools within your locality, and you kind of understand the hardships that our students experience from day to day. But when you compare that to a foreign country, it's a whole different ballgame. And it's something I wish more schools could be involved in and exposed to. I think would benefit the students greatly, just in terms of their perception, and what they have, what they can obtain, and what life is like in other parts of the world. So that's something I've been thinking about working on with some colleagues, and just trying to connect with them, and I'll see what we do from there.
Definitely, I agree with you, because it's a big deal for everything that they're going through. As I said, they work with limited resource. For them, they see that is normal because they've not seen better options. And so for us to collaborate with people from here, it's like, as you said, expose people from United States to see how much Tanzanian students are experiencing with little resources, still trying the best they can to be better students, to study hard with limited resources. And then if we are able to provide some resources that to help their cause, and then we might be able to help these children do better. So it is a big deal. And as I said, I do appreciate you guys joining the force, because we're going to need help from everybody. That's for sure.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Any questions from anybody else? And then I'm gonna let you know. My brother George, anything you need to say? Oh, probably not. And for the meeting, Amos, my little brother, although he's taller than me, he's the one who helped connecting, like do all the Wi-Fi, the laptop and stuff to be able to. And the meeting was great, and there was no issue with the connections, and we were able to hear them. They can hear us, so it was very, very helpful. Because previously we struggled because the network is not stable or something like that. But this time, Amos did help us, so we thank him for doing that part. So if nobody has any other questions, I want to give you back your Saturday, and please continue. Let me know if you have any questions, issues, post in a group so everybody will see it. If there's something that you only want me to know, that's fine. Send a message on the side. If I feel like everybody else is going to benefit, then definitely I will post in the group so other people can learn from it. But I thank you for coming and this early in the morning on Saturday, but I know sometimes people want to lay back and relax. But thank you so much for coming. Keep us going and spread the word. Anybody who wants to go to medical mission, yes, or anybody wants to go join Qhsc and become members, please do. We want to be able to be stronger together. Remember the saying, say haba na haba, building a better world. I can't do by myself, so I need your help. So if you guys can join us, that would be great, and I appreciate you guys. May God bless you, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Oh, in fact, can everybody
have a great weekend.
Can everybody come to the screen just for a second so we have a screenshot for everybody showing up? Yes. Two more. I see we're missing a few more. Yes, just one screenshot so we can have, there you go. Okay, perfect. So thank you guys for coming and have a great Saturday. Yeah. Bye, take care.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Hi, Valentine.
I don't know why my picture don't come up. Uh-oh.